Hello everybody, I'm Richard Holdener. Welcome to Speed Secrets. This episode is brought to you by the great guys over at Brian Tooley Racing. You know, here at Speed Secrets, we love going big. Big heads, big cams, big intakes, and you know, we also love big boost. But this episode is all about going small. Sometimes the difference between a good combination and a great combination is a little something we call attention to detail. Attention to detail is important for any buildup, including the 6-liter LS2 that we chose. Now the factory motor had a lot going for it, but we wanted to make it even better. Now while a stout short block is always a good idea, the real power producers are the heads, cam, and intake. Check out what happens when we apply the very best components to our buildup, and then how we make it even better with a little attention to detail. To ensure the short block was up to the newfound power potential, we upgraded the rotating assembly with Bullet Series Carilla rods and matching CP forged pistons. To maintain the factory compression ratio, we specifically chose CP's forged flat top design. The off-the-shelf performance cam for a modified 6-liter featured a 617, 624 lift split, 231, 247 degree duration split, and 113 degree lobe separation angle. Topping our LS2 short block was a set of Stage 2 243 LS2 heads from Total Engine Airflow. The full CNC work to the intake, exhaust, and combustion chambers was combined with an increase in valve size. Basically, these TEA 243 heads were cocked, locked, and ready to rock. Our modified 6-liter featured a stout short block, ported heads, and a hot camshaft. What we needed now was the right induction system. Providing that flow for go was an MSD atomic intake fed by a 105mm Holley throttle body. All right guys, with our modified LS2 assembled and ready for the dyno, let's make some noise. Okay guys, we finished the dyno testing of our modified 6-liter. Equipped with the comp cam, Total Engine Airflow heads, and MSD intake, this baby produced 560 horsepower and 481 foot-pounds of torque. To give you an idea, that's about 100 more than a factory LS2 running the same configuration. Now those are big numbers, but actually we were expecting a little bit more. So where's the missing horsepower? To find out, we decided to do a little detective work. Okay guys, good news. I think we found our missing power. After disassembly and a little detective work, we figured out our static compression ratio was down by more than a full point. So what caused this? Well, there are 3 major elements. First of all, the CNC work performed by Total Engine Airflow increased the size of the combustion chamber. Add to that, those CP flat top pistons also featured 5cc valve release. Not only that, but the piston position. On a factory LS2, the piston might be 7 or 8 thousandths out of the hole. Now ours was much closer to zero deck. The combination of those 3 things lowered our static compression ratio by 1.3 points. Now with every point of compression, we're 3 to 4% in power. You can see that starts to add up. Lucky for us, the cure was just a phone call away. We got on the horn to Brian Tooley Racing. Before shipping the heads off to Brian Tooley Racing, Brian insisted we include the intake manifold. Part of his 3-tiered approach was port matching the cylinder heads to the intake. Now naturally they were going to mill the heads to increase the compression, but before they did, they performed some proprietary bowl and chamber work. The third step was a custom cam. Brian said this cam might not give you any more power, but what it will give you is increased RPM potential and valve train stability. Both a good idea. We finished it up on our end with a thinner head gasket. Now the combination got back 90% of the missing compression. So would the compression, airflow, and revised cam timing be worth any power? There was only one way to find out. Get it assembled and back on the dyno. Thanks to Brian Tooley Racing, we've got our modified heads, cam, and intake back on our 6-liter. You know what that means? Let's make some noise. Okay, the results are in. After the upgrades by Brian Tooley Racing, that modified 6-liter produced 583 horsepower and 496 foot-pounds of torque. Those are gains of 23 horsepower and 15 foot-pounds. Pretty impressive for a little attention to detail. I'm Richard Holdener. That's all the time we have. Join us next time on Speed Secrets.